So, Liam,
yeah,
can you all right?
Yeah, can everything okay, my end? Can you hear me and see me okay, yeah?
Yeah. Your hair could do with some of that greasing and some it's going whiter, isn't it? That have you been decorating? It looks like emulsion.
That's just got
emulsion.
Cheers, mate. As Crawler knows, mate, that's been like that for years.
Mate, it's been like that since he's been 22 or something like that.
And decorating, doing ceiling.
Hey, he's not joking. He has at least 10 years. It's been like that.
So, Liam, talk to us now. Then, where are you now? Do you reckon? What's happening? Have you heard anything on timetables or what could be happening? What might not be happening? When you might be back in?
Nothing, mate. Nothing at all. Just the same. Probably the same as 90% of the people in boxing. Really, I've been itching to get back into a gym where all the lads and Tasha, me and Callum have had access to the gym in Liverpool, so we've trained well. But I'm
where you could go and take cover then.
Yeah, we've had somewhere where we could train. So but it's still not the same. Obviously, I want to be around Anthony and Joe and the lads and Tasha in the gym and learning. But I just haven't heard nothing about when I might fight. Maybe August, September. I don't know.
Yeah, we've just been saying it's been pushed back at least a month, hasn't it, now till August? They're saying so.
Yeah, I think I'm hearing Tasha and Harper now. Teddy might tell you more when she's on, but I'm hearing that might be end of July, August.
Yeah.
So
still there in it, still up in there.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your biggest fight today then. Really, what you're most probably well known for internationally? It's Canelo fight.
Yes.
What did you take away from that, Liam? From the experience of it?
The experience of it, the whole event as a whole was, something else. The fight build-up for the Canelo fight is different like no other. I've seen Joshua fight weeks over here, and they're not a patch on the Canelo fight week. They're not.
In terms of atmosphere and build-up and everything, or people,
atmosphere, media. I know Joshua has done a Wembley Stadium fight, but the media, the whole aura of Canelo is a different kettle of fish, and the whole build-up and the fight week, the media, regulations that we had to do was all very good and stood me in good stead for everything I'll come to go through in the rest of my career. But the fight between me and Canelo was good to be involved in. It was good to see of someone of that stature and at that level, and the tricks he done, and it was his ability more than anything that surprised me. People will say to me now, "Wow, fucking, you've been in with Canelo, can he punch hard?" And it's like, no, not necessarily. He punches hard, but that was not the surprise for me. It was how good he was, how clever, how accurate, and his punch variety. That was what surprised me.
Yeah, you get people, don't you? And I think me and Ant on about it other week on something else. You get people, don't you? Go, oh, he's a bit monotonous and a bit flat-footed and stuff like that. People don't realise just how smart he is when he's in there, do they?
Yeah, everything. Even defensively, how good. That's what probably surprised me more than anything. How good defensively he was, and how cute. Little movements, little tiny, fractions, and I knew how good his variety was beforehand. I've seen him let his hands go with top fighters, so I knew he was always, if you could pick a hole, he'd be the fighter to do it. But Joe asked us at the end of round one, he'll ask us all, how's his power? And I was always, I was okay with it, and that's where I thought in the build-up. It's easy in hindsight now to say I was always going to lose, but I was always confident going in that fight. If he doesn't budge me early on, if he doesn't hurt me, which he never, I thought the second half of the fight, I was confident in my own chin. I was confident in my own toughness that I would kick on in the second half of the fight. And with bringing Canelo back to 154, it might hurt him down the stretch. And I always envisioned the Cotto Margarito fight. I always envisioned where he's that tired and that much thingy, I would probably get to him late. And then standing up for the start of round 7, which was the second half of the fight, I thought, right, he hasn't hurt me. Now it's my time to put my foot to the pedal. And we went into round 7, and then he dropped me. So he just, cause I always put Alvarez with you, mate.
The first fight,
He wobbled you with the right hand, and then it totally
changed the whole fight.
Yeah, I thought Linares was feeling the heat a little bit with you in the first fight, and not looking for a way out, but I thought
there's a few signs there where he was getting uncomfortable.
And then he shook you with a right hand, and the same Canelo with me. He dropped me in 7, and then he just totally relaxed and went like...
Just went through gear.
Where I thought, if I put my head on his shoulders, he could think, for fuck's sake, I've hit this kid with everything, and he's still here. And then in 7, when he didn't put me over, he just think, right, now I've got the breakthrough. Now I know I can hit him. And he just totally relaxed then, and we went into sparring mode a little bit, and just the pressure was off him. He knew he could hit me, and he got that breakthrough. And it'll take some fighters to get up in round 7 to then change the fight again. And he relaxed, and that was a vital moment in the fight. I thought, not that I thought it changed the fight, you know what I mean? But I just thought my point was I was going to kick on from round 7 onwards. And
it's psychological as well, isn't it? That you think this is where I'm going to put my foot down and put it on him a little bit, and to get caught like that and then go down, it's like mentally you that you're chasing, then don't you? It changes the whole complexion of everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, but even after that, I recovered quick off that, and I still started to force the fight round 8, and then obviously 9 the body shot was a good shot, and we've done enough people with body shots in the past ourselves, so it was a bit of a taste of my own medicine for that.
Beef, I know. I know when I've got a few people for that fight. You didn't have any sparring hardly at all.
Yeah.
And although you give a great account of yourself, do you think it would have been much different if you had the right sparring for the fight?
Maybe the outcome. I'm not gonna go on here and say something and I'm gonna get slated. Yeah. So the outcome will be the same.
Yeah.
He was levels above me, but this is a strange thing to believe. I got the fight that I dreamt of for 10, 12 weeks.
Yeah.
I got the type fight where, I had moments, I had in front of me, I put them in positions where I wanted them in. But I do feel with a full camp of sparring, certainly the body shot, the little flash body shot I got it with, where I had to take a knee, that would not have put me over in a million years.
Yeah.
I remember Joe saying, and I didn't know what he meant by, you do get your body hard through.
Yes.
The full camp of sparring, you get your body hard, and from going from camps doing 100 to 130 rounds of sparring, Monday, Wednesday, Friday for a good solid 4 to 6 weeks. I sparred 6 rounds on the Monday, 8 on the Wednesday, and then I got cut in the 4th round on the Friday, and I never done another spar. So, 14 rounds sparring for the biggest fight in my life was not ideal at all. And, it was... Nobody cares when you mention it, you know what I mean, Kroll? You've been beaten.
Yeah, of course.
If I had flu 4 days before a fight and went ahead with a fight and put in a flat performance, no one cares. No one. You keep running around, and it was no secret. HBO were coming to film me a week later, and I still got the actual.
Yeah, the cut.
That was the cut, and it came open through the fight. But that was what I thought. I thought it'll come open. It's. You go in the ring, you get wet. I'm not bothered about the cut. I've been cut in the past, and the blood won't bother me. And it never. The cuts played no part in the outcome, but it did play a part a little bit in me.
Yeah.
And did that cut happen early on in your training camp then, Liam? Yeah.
The first week of sparring, Rich.
First week?
No, the first week in sparring. So it happened about 6 weeks before, 5 weeks before the fight.
Oh no.
And I was actually going to the Liverpool-Arsenal football match on the Saturday, the following day. So I literally sparred on the Friday, got cut, and thought, no, I'm not going to say nothing to Frank over the phone. I'll just turn up, because I was in Frank's box at Arsenal. Went down and seen him, and when he opened the door to let me in the box, I said, I got cut yesterday. And he said, right, I'll get on the phone, I'll call her off. And I said, no. I said, don't call her off. I still want to go ahead with it. And you know, it'll heal by the time I have to see a doctor to pass a doctor at the fight. And you know, no, I'm not bothered about it. It's only going to hinder me sparring now when we went ahead with it.
Yeah, well, look, it might have been an opportunity that didn't come back around as well, man. You know, if you'd have delayed it and said, "Look, I've got it," he might have gone in a different direction.
When I look back now, I'm 31. I 1,000,000% would have pulled out of the fight, but I was 26, 27. I was, you know, I'd just become world champion and I didn't value it as much as I should have, if you know what I mean. And I was the champion, and the belt was always not going to go nowhere. But that was exactly what I thought. I thought if I don't fight him now, I might never get that chance again. And you know, like I say, I was like you look at me losing that title to other people who've lost to him. I was sick. I was devastated, and there was no word you could have said to me that would have made me think, oh well, I've lost to Canelo, and you know, I've seen fighters losing to him. I was gutted, and there was not one bit of doubt in my mind that I weren't going to win that night before it. And it was, you know, I seen palm signs for the rematch, you know, and that was all I thought. I thought, you know, I beat him here and I changed my life.
Yeah, no, look, it's a difficult position. I can remember when I was training Clinton, I can't remember what fight it was, but he had something similar happen to him. He got nicked sparring with Buster Keaton, but it was just, I think it was just in his brow or just above it, and it were off to the side. So we managed to pad it and stuff like that, and he could still spar leading up to it with head guard on because it was further away from his eye. You know what I mean? But
yeah, loads of fighters. Crawl, how many we had in our gym? Nicks, and they've been sent to Mike Hayton right away from the gym or somebody else, and you know. But again,
that weren't his first week. I think with Clinton, it was like a big fourth or fifth week or something like that. You know what I mean? He'd already done a load. Yeah.
So only the people in and around you know, and you try and keep it as silent as possible. But it was, like I said, it was very hard for me because, again, touching on a Canelo fight, I had HBO coming over. I had the Mano a Mano, which was to do with Golden Boy, coming over to film, and there was no way I could have possibly, you know, hit the cut. But again, the people in and around you will know. Yeah. Nobody else cares. You could say you got cut. You could say you had a broken arm. You could say, you know, and people are not interested. You've lost, and that's it.
No, I always said people look on box records 6 months after, and that just says one lost star draw underneath. You should have borrowed these off me, Liam, then, and the notice one.
Yeah, that's a hard.
Nobody would have seen the thing. Then you'd have been all right.
No, I know.
What did you think? Because I mean, difference even then when he were making light middle. I mean, he's bigger now, but when he were making light middle and then weighing in after, what did you think's the difference in his size? Could you visibly tell, or?
Well, like Stephen says now, wow, I've never seen a change in a man ever. Now everybody's face changes from when you dry out with water a little bit, but I drawed so much confidence from that weigh-in because I thought, wow, I'm the bigger man here, and it just made me look for it even more because I just thought, we were getting told he puts 20, 25 pounds on, and I put 17 on, so I was not interested in what he put on. I really weren't, and I didn't care. But then when we got in the ring, it was like someone had just blew him up. You know, he still the same height, but he was
like fighting his big brother.
Oh mate, yeah, we're getting him with Paul. It was just, and like he had Under Armour t-shirt on when he took the Mexican robe off, and he had the Under Armour t-shirt on that was bursting off him, and I just thought, wow, you say, you know, some fights are like a sponge once they carve back up. He just soaked everything up. I got like, talk about carving up properly and holding everything you've ate and you've drank, and I think he definitely did. However he done it, I don't know, but he was so thick, solid in the ring than what he was the day before.
Yeah. He shot you then visibly. You could just tell when he got.
As soon as he took his robe off, I just thought, wow, he didn't look thick yesterday. And people don't notice his legs. He's got big legs, Canelo. I've always noticed that him before I fought him. But he's got big legs now, you know, in shape, proper. He is a little solid unit, like.
Yeah. Were you surprised later on? We will not go too far in depth in it because it's a boring old subject now, with Canelo. Were you surprised later with that question mark over him with doping and stuff like that and what was going on? Did it shock you or surprise you? Or?
I might just, you know, I probably am going to drop a minute, but Paulie Malignaggi told me before after it. You know, we said, do not dare put your head down. He's juiced up to death. He's the money man. He's on everything. And a few people told me, but it's very hard to accuse somebody who's never ever been caught. You know what I mean? And I thought,
yeah, before you got no chance, had you?
When I fought him, you know, he probably a mistake on my behalf as well. What we've done, Rich, but we both agreed to cancel Varda, and it was Varda who caught him eventually. But we had UCAD, we had 3, and I got 3 sets of blood taken in a week: Sunday, Thursday, and Saturday, and it was 3 different organisations, and so we both agreed to drop one, and it was Varda we agreed to drop, and Varda ended up catching him eventually. So whether he caught him then or not, I don't know, but it's hard to accuse somebody who's never ever been caught, you know, beforehand. Now, like, you could question now, you know, with the Kovalev fight, is he still on something and getting away with it? There's that much money involved, and he's got that much money to get that high, like, and good doctors to mask things over.
But you weren't shocked then, where you'd already got your suspicion?
No, once it came out, I just thought, wow, like, he's been on it a long time, I think. You know,
see, I've always thought that's cruelty at doping. It's because I was thinking about that last week, because me and Ant were talking, weren't we, about Felix Stern. Do you know he's got
Stern.
jail and for tax, and they've also linked some doping stuff into it. But you think, when he boxed Martin Murray, and I was thinking about Macklin and Macklin, they're both running close. If he hadn't been on that and squares that extra 5, 10, 15% out of himself, and they'd have beat him, they were both really close fights. How different financially would their lives have been there?
Yeah, I know. You know, I watched a very, very good. I put a post out after Canelo got caught, and it was a proper tongue in cheek. It was a funny one, saying, like, not a funny one. It was just a proper joke, saying, "I want my loss overturned." No, just joke. And Shane Mosley thought I was serious and said, "Come on, Liam, the result would have been the same." So,
Mosley's not one to speak.
So now the first reply to Mosley was Ishe Smith saying, "Shut up, Shane, because you was doped up when your whole career." He said, "When I was sparring you." So Shane Mosley brought Ishe Smith in to spar for the camp, and he said basically Mosley was doping then, and then Ishe Smith sent me the interview, and there's a very, very good interview on YouTube with Victor Conti.
Yeah.
About Shane Mosley.
Yeah, he got implicated in that Balco case, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
He said he sat here, and, you know, basically I showed him, sat knee to knee, and I showed him how to inject Balco, and showed him how to do a double saturation either side of the belly button. And he just says, you know, well, let's just put it this way, whether Shane was told or somebody else he was getting vitamins, I don't know, but the case was voluntarily dropped off Mosley, and he just basically, it's a good insight too. He tells him what benefits he had. He said, well, the championship rounds and what I was injecting into him made him recover quicker. And put it this way, he always won fighting. He never lost championship rounds, Mosley. So that could be what you're saying with, you know, with Felix staying with other fighters like that. We've had close fights.
Yeah.
You know.
Because if it's that, listen, when you're a world champion like you and Anthony have been, you're in top 10%, aren't you? Or you're in top 1% of kids. But then there's that 10%, that them are the same as you. If they're somehow nicking another 5, 10, 15%, you in a sprint, in a 100-meter dash, it's like going from 10 seconds to 6 seconds, isn't it?
And that's what kills me with Canelo, because some fighters maybe, it's hard to say they need it because body should need it. You know, it's cheating at the end of the day. But for Canelo to be caught on it when, I think, you're an unbelievable fighter regardless.
Yeah.
Without it, you are so talented. And I think there'll be people now who he can never, ever win back over. Once your name is tarnished, your name is tarnished. And no matter what he goes on to do now, there will still be people who won't accept it because of that, you know, failed test.
Of course, well, them years ago, Beef, he's fighting you at light middle, and now he's going up to light heavyweight, knocking light heavyweights out. Whether he is or he isn't, the suspicions are always going to be there.
Yeah, definitely. And like I say, with Kovalev, it was how he done it. You know, as much as he didn't perform as best, but he was walking forward with his hands like solid. You know, not getting punched off a big punch at light heavyweight. And
always going to walk him down. You always got the feeling he was always going to walk him down, didn't you?
Walking down at a natural big light heavyweight. You know what I mean? And that's wow, how was he doing that? He's 5'9" or something. How was he doing that?
Yeah, that's it. Once you start going through weights and still belting people, that's when you start to think, are you doing this?
Yeah, I don't know.